People think that Buddhist monks are very selfish. At the age of 50, I joined a monastic retreat in India, Bodh Gaya, where the Buddha gained enlightenment. 6 months later, I became a monk. If I can experience such happiness, such loving kindness, such compassion, why don't I share it with other people too? 我是传圣，之前在新加坡国立大学当了副教授，教书了26年。在2013年，我出家了，至今有12年了。现任是新加坡佛学院的副院长。
You grew up in Singapore in the 70s, 80s. Back then, would you ever thought that you would be staying on the temple?
Oh, not at all. Yeah, that's totally different. I wasn't particularly religious. Even all the way until my 20s, 30s, I wasn't particularly religious. Well, I had splendid, beautiful, wonderful memories of 6 years studying at Raffles Institution. I remember having wonderful friends, taking part in all those band competitions and also in the symphony halls, playing competitions. I was also the drum major. And very fortunately, I won the Best Drum Major Award in one of those years. So national service was, again, a very memorable period. That's the time when I got to know people from different walks of life. As an officer, I was in charge of a platoon of men, and I tried to listen to them and tried to help them to cope with their problems. 20s, 30s, I was very interested in my career. 40s, I start to look for the meaning of life. Yeah, I feel that my life has been very good and I'm very grateful to that, and I feel that perhaps it's time for me to contribute. That sort of set me thinking, what is the meaning of life? The meaning of life is to go beyond oneself, right? To go beyond self-interest so that we can contribute to a larger community. Buddhism always seems to be an element present in my life. My family, they were sort of Buddhist, Confucianist, Taoist. And in my 20s, I became very interested in Asian philosophy, history, and politics. And I did a course on Buddhist philosophy. And so, with that familiarity with Buddhist teachings, I then decided to explore it more. I wanted to experience the spiritual life as a novice monk. And of course, to go to Bodh Gaya, because that was a place where the historical Buddha gained awakening. And so the triggering point was that, Bodh Gaya was so inspiring. So maybe I could become a monk too. When we talk about spiritual practice, the more we practice, the lighter we become, the more peaceful, the more calm, the happier. And then as I practiced along, I experienced that. And I thought, if I can experience such happiness, such loving kindness, such compassion, why don't I share it with other people too? And I'm very grateful to my family for being so supportive. If, let's say, my parents or my family members show very strong resistance, I would then have to think about it and then give them time to reflect about it. Hopefully, they would be able to get used to the idea. Because I think that it is important to have the blessings of the family to pursue a spiritual life. And fortunately, they are very open-minded in that sense. Life as an academic and life as a monk can be a world apart. But we only have one life, right? And whenever we feel that there's a calling, we just go ahead. As an academic, we can lead our life in our own ways as long as we deliver in terms of teaching, in terms of our research, in terms of our administration and service. But in monastic life, we have to follow the daily schedule. Waking up at a particular time, of doing things at a particular time. And I think all these are important because it is a form of practice of restraining, of developing our minds so that we can let go of our attachments. People think that Buddhist monks are, or whatever, they are very selfish in the sense of just leaving the world and not caring about it. But I think they misunderstand the practice, the goal of Buddhist practice, which is actually to train ourselves to develop wholesome minds, to develop peace and compassion and loving kindness within ourselves so that we can then share it with other people. Well, history is not just a record of the past. As a monk, I've learned in facing different challenges in life to also develop clarity in how we should respond to these challenges, to develop a compassion in a way that our response can benefit ourselves and others. I've done what I can and I've let go of you. So thank you very much for giving me the kind of experience, the kind of fulfillment that I had as in my former self. I'm very grateful to that. I'm moving on to another self so that I can express my gratitude to society in general through a life of service and contemplation.